Good morning, all of you. You all are welcome in the e-learning classes of the Sacred Heart School. Today in this video, we will discuss about the P block elements. And up to my last video, we have done the various properties of the nitrogen family, various compounds of the nitrogen family, and we have done that is the properties of the group 16 elements, like as the electronegativity, ionization enthalpy, electron gain enthalpy, atomic size. And today we will proceed towards the sum of the important compounds of the group 16 elements. Now I am going to start the group 16 element of the P block elements. In my last video, we have done the properties of the hydrides. All the elements of the group 16 can form the vast varieties of the hydrides. These group 16 elements can also be formed the different type of the oxides. And oxygen is a member of the group 16 element, but this oxygen can form all compound except selenium, and all other element can form the monooxides, and they can be represented by the formula MO. Example, sulfur oxide, this is SO. They can also form the dioxide. All the elements of the group 16 can be represented by the MO2, example sulfur dioxide. They can also form the various type of the trioxide. They can be represented by the MO3. So in this way, these elements of the group 16 can combine with the one of the member of their own family, that is oxygen, and can form the vast varieties of the compounds, and these compounds known as oxides. I have told you initially these elements known as chalcogens. What the meaning of term chalcogens? That is a ore forming, and this oxide ore is a very common form of the ore and which is present in our earth crust. So we can say these corresponding oxides are very important in our life. Now we will going to explain anomalous behavior of the first element, oxygen. Whenever we compare the properties of the oxygen from the remaining members, so these oxygen shows the large difference of the properties from the remaining congeners of the group 16 element. Example, among all 16 group element, only oxygen is a gas while all other elements are the solid. Among all group 16 element, oxygen form the diatomic compounds and other can form the polyatomic compound. Now, O2 is a paramagnetic while other compounds are diamagnetic. You all know the meaning of the term paramagnetic. Whenever a compound is able to attract the external magnetic field, the property possessed by the element known as paramagnetism. And on the other hand, whenever the compound repel it, that known as diamagnetic. Forms the H bond in the hydrides, alcohol and the carboxylic acid. So this oxygen can form the various H bonding from the various other compounds while other members are not so. And among all the group 16 element, only oxygen is able to form the multiple bond, and they can form the multiple bond while all other element can form the single bonds. Oxygen state of oxygen is -2 and maybe +2 in case of the fluorides, and maybe +2 and +6 in the other members. So among all these elements, only oxygen is able to show the -2 oxygen state, and they can form the ionic compound also while all other members form the covalent compound. So on the basis of these properties, we conclude that the properties of the oxygen is totally differ from rest of their congeners. In this way, this oxygen is said to be differ from rest of the members of the group 16 element. How this dioxygen can be prepared? The most common way for the preparation of the dioxygen, that is the process of the photosynthesis. You all know this chemical reaction in the presence of the sunlight, and this oxygen can be obtained by the combination of the CO2 and water in the presence of the sunlight of the specific wavelength, in the presence of the plant pigment like as chlorophyll, and they can form the glucose along with the liberation of the CO2. So this is the most common way for the preparation of the oxygen in our atmosphere. Clear? So this 6 molecule of the carbon dioxide, the 12 molecule of water, and 1 molecule of glucose, 6 molecule of oxygen, and 6 molecule of water are formed. So this is a very common reaction of the process photosynthesis. Preparation of the oxygen in the lab condition. How this O2 can be prepared in the lab condition? By the thermal decomposition of the oxygen rich compound like as potassium chlorate, and this potassium chlorate, that is a KClO3, when heated strongly it can liberate the oxygen along with the KCl, and this potassium nitrate can also be liberate the abundant quantity of the oxygen, and any of the strong oxidizing agent like as KMnO4, like as a HNO3, like as the K2Cr2O7, whenever heated strongly, and these compound can also be obtained, they can prepare the abundant quantity of the dioxygen. So we can say this dioxygen is said to be a very important compound for the preparation of oxygen. Clear? So these reactions are very important reaction for the number of places. Now the preparation of oxygen by using the hydrogen peroxide. H2O2 is a method in which the O2 can be obtained by the breaking of the H2O2, and this H2O2 peroxide can be obtained by heating the peroxide, and we can obtain the abundant quantity of the dioxygen. Like as this one, you can take the barium oxide. Like as this reaction, you can take the manganese oxide. Like as this one, you can take the lead oxide. Like as this one, you can take the lead oxide. So these two lead oxide, manganese oxide and barium oxide are widely used for the preparation of the oxygen. So all these reactions are important for the preparation of oxygen in the lab condition. Manufacturing of the oxygen at the commercial level. So we have the two different ways for the preparation of the oxygen, and first of all by the liquefaction of the air. And you know the 28% composition of our environment is oxygen. So by the process of the distillation and fractional distillation, this liquid air, from the liquid air the O2 can be separated out. So this is a very common method, the very cheap method by which you can obtain the abundant quantity of the oxygen. On the other hand, by the electrolysis of the water, if with the help of the suitable electrodes, the O2 and H2 can be prepared, and this reactions becomes it will be the very important reaction. You know, in the coming time we will run our vehicles by the use of the hydrogen gas. So for the preparation of the hydrogen and for the preparation of the oxygen, and this reaction will be used whenever the water is break in a presence of the suitable catalyst, and this water can dissociate to form the abundant quantity of the oxygen along with the liberation of the water. The basic reaction for this one, that is H2O, give rise to H2 plus half O2. So O2 can be prepared commercially with the help of these two methods. Is it clear? Now some basic properties of the oxygen. The first property of oxygen is this is the colorless gas without any smell or taste. It is slightly heavier than the air. It is sparingly soluble in the water. It is difficult to liquefy. The boiling point is around 90.2 Kelvin, and the liquid is pure bluish in appearance and shows the partially magnetic property. And it is lower temperature. The light blue solid oxygen is obtained, which has a melting point about the 54.4. So all the basic properties of the gas is possessed by this oxygen. It is soluble in the water because of the partial tendency to form the van der Waals bond. It is difficult to liquefy because the screening effect is maximum in the two O2 molecule together. So in this way, these are the basic physical properties of the oxygen that you have done, that you should know and about this oxygen. Now some chemical properties. First of all, the reaction with the metals. Reaction with the metals. What is the basic reaction? When the sodium combined with the oxygen, they can form the corresponding metal oxide. The calcium can also be combined with the oxygen and they can form the calcium oxide. And like as the other element, the Fe and O2 can combine to form the corresponding oxides. So all type of the electropositive element, and they can easily combine with the oxygen. All these reactions are due to the more electronegativity of the oxygen. You know, this oxygen have a tendency to attract the electron towards itself, and this property known as electronegativity, and this property is suitable for the reaction with the metal. आपको पता ही है कि metals can lose the electrons easily and shows the electropositive character. So all type of the metal can easily combine with the oxygen in the normal condition, and they can form the corresponding metal oxides. Now, reaction with the carbon. Carbon is said to be non-metal, and this carbon and O2 combine to form the CO2. And the heat is also liberated. This is the 393.5 kilojoule per mole. And this carbon can also combine with the oxygen, and it can form the carbon monoxide. When the abundant of O2 is present, the CO2 is formed, and when the less quantity of O2 is present, this carbon monoxide is formed. So these reactions are a very common reaction in the surrounding, and these two reactions are common during the combustion of any fuel. Whenever the fuel burned with the shooty flame, and along with the shoots, along with the yellowish appearance, the liberation of CO will be there, and when the fuel burned with the clean bluish appearance, the CO2 formation will be more. In this way, these two reactions are very common during the combustion of any kind of the combustible substances. Now, I am taking the next chemical reaction, that is the reaction with the sulfur. Sulfur is a very next member after oxygen in the group 16 element. Due to the difference of the electronegativity, and these two elements can combine to form the corresponding sulfur oxides. When H2 can combine with the oxygen, they can form the oxide जिसको आप water कहते हैं, and this compound is sulfur dioxide. जब आप सल्फ्यूरिक एसिड बनाएंगे, वहाँ पर इस chemical reactions को use करेंगे for the preparation of the sulfuric acid, that is the king of chemical. With ammonia, when the O2 react with the ammonia, and they can form the nitric oxide along with the water, and this reaction takes place in the presence of the platinum catalyst, and this nitrogen monoxide or nitric oxide is obtained in the chemical reaction. Sulfur dioxide give the sulfur trioxide when these reactions can undergoes again with the reaction with the oxygen, तो they can form the sulfur trioxide. इसको भी आप यूज़ करेंगे in the contact process at the time of the preparation of sulfuric acid. Now, reaction with the metal sulfide forming metal oxide and sulfur dioxide. Reaction with the hydrocarbon, and they can form the carbon dioxide and water. So these are the basic reaction, और जो ये last reaction है, आप इसको combustion reaction के नाम से भी जानते हो. Uses. O2 is a very essential gas for the life. You know, without the O2, the existence of life is not possible. And this O2 is basically required for the aquatic animal also. In a dissolved O2, when comes in contact with the gills, and which is the respiratory organ of the all aquatic animal, and that time the gills are able to separate the dissolved O2 from the water, and this is essential for the aquatic life. In our body, O2 is very important metabolic gas, and without this O2 we cannot survive. Oxygen gas is used with the hydrogen and for the blowpipes, and the acetylene in the oxyacetylene torch for the welding and cutting metals. तो हार्ड मेटल्स को कट करने के लिए जो हम ग्लो या फ्लेम को इग्नाइट करते हैं, उसमें भी O2 और H2 की रिएक्शंस कराई जाती है, and this reaction having the very very high calorific value and able to cut the coinage metals. Oxygen gas is also used in the number of industrial purpose for the preparation of oxide, for the preparation of simmer and whatever. In the medical life के अंदर भी इसका बहुत बड़ा यूज़ है. तो गैस पॉइजनिंग को अवॉइड करने के लिए, निमोनिया के ट्रीटमेंट के लिए, और अंडर सीवियर कंडीशंस के अंदर पेशेंट की लाइफ को बचाने के लिए भी हम O2 को यूज़ करते हैं. Liquid oxygen can be used with the charcoal and for the explosive material. So for the explosion, for makes explosion effective, and this liquid oxygen is used as a fuel. And this O2 can be also used as a propellant in the rockets. So basically for the rocket propellant, and this O2 can also be used there. Now our next important allotropes of the oxygen family, that is ozone. How this ozone can be obtained? whenever the O2 and O2 combine together under the atmospheric condition during lightning, the abundant O2 gas is obtained, and this is the triatomic gas, very less stable. It is the allotropes of the oxygen which is less stable than the diatomic gas, and it can be break easily and liberate the nascent oxygen. Ozone is formed from the dioxygen by the action of the UV light or the atmospheric electric discharge. So automatically in our nature O2 is formed there, and this O2 is basically exists in this two resonating structures in which the double bond is present either on this oxygen and maybe on this one. So in this way the two allotropes of oxygen ozone is also possible, and these two forms are interconvertible together. Whenever we talk about the total composition, it is about 0.6, it is about 0.6 ppm. The very less concentration of O2 is O3 is present in our nature. ठीक है, फॉर्मेशन कैसे होता है मैंने बता दिया आपको. एटमॉस्फेयर के अंदर यूवी लाइट की प्रेजेंस में ऑटोमेटिकली ओजोन गैस का प्रिपरेशन होता रहता है, एंड दिस O3 मॉलिक्यूल इज़ वेरी लेस स्टेबल. रीज़न क्या है इसके लेस स्टेबिलिटी का? दैट इज़ द स्क्रीनिंग अमंग द ऑक्सीजन इलेक्ट्रॉन, ईच ऑक्सीजन हैविंग द लोन पेयर, एंड बिकॉज ऑफ द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द लोन पेयर एंड इसका स्टेबिलिटी बहुत कम होती है, तो बहुत जल्दी ये O2 के अंदर डिसोसिएट हो जाती है, एंड अगेन द O2 गैस भी ऑब्टेन. इट इज़ पेल येलो गैस, स्लाइटली soluble in water and much more soluble in a inert non-polar solvent such as carbon tetrachloride and the fluorocarbons. When it forms the blue color solution at this very low temperature, about the minus 112 degrees Celsius and about minus 170 Fahrenheit, and it condenses to form the dark blue liquid. At temperature below 80 Kelvin and it appears the violet black solid. So it can be solidified easily, it can be liquefied easily, otherwise it exists in the nature. Ozone is a powerful oxidizing agent. अब हम बात करते हैं इसकी क्या बेसिक प्रॉपर्टी हैं. तो जहाँ हमें अबंडेंट O2 की रिक्वायरमेंट होती है, तो वहाँ पर अबंडेंट O2 की प्रिपरेशंस के लिए हम ओजोन को एज अ स्ट्रॉन्ग ऑक्सीडाइजिंग एजेंट की तरह यूज़ करते हैं, and it can liberate easily the nascent oxygen, and this nascent oxygen can be used for the conversion of the nitric oxide into the nitrogen dioxide, and this is the lead sulfide into the lead sulfate, and this O2 can be obtained. The number of places हम इसे यूज़ करते हैं. हमारे आज के टाइम में जो हम घरों के अंदर यूज़ कर रहे हैं रिवर्स ऑस्मोसिस, जो आपके पानी के RO होते हैं, उसके अंदर भी जर्म्स को किल करने के लिए हम बहुत बड़े स्केल पर ओजोन को प्रिपेयर करते हैं इनसाइड द RO, एंड दिस RO कैन प्रोड्यूस द O2 गैस. एंड एक तो ये O2 जब हम ओजोन गैस को पानी में डिज़ोल्व करते हैं तो इट किल द बैक्टीरिया, इट किल द जर्म्स, एज वेल एज इट मेक्स टेस्ट ऑफ द वाटर मच बेटर. तो इन दिस वे दिस बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर अस. बेसिक रिएक्शन, the reduction reaction BaO2 can be converted to BaO by the loss of the O2. H2O2 is converted to the H2O, and Ki is converted to the KOS. These are the basic reaction. In all this reaction we are using ozone as a oxidizing agent. Please learn this reaction of our examination. These reactions are important. Uses: ozone is a reagent in many organic solvent in the laboratory and the industry. Ozonolysis is the cleavage of alkaline to the various carbonyl compounds. You know what are carbonyl compound? This is the aldehyde, ketones and carboxylic acid. तो उनके क्लीवेज के लिए आपने पढ़ी थी रिएक्शन जिसको ओजोनोलिसिस कहते हैं. जिंक डस्ट की प्रेजेंस में आप एल्डिहाइड या कीटोन्स को ऑब्टेन कर लेते हो. Many hospitals around the world are using the ozone as a generator of the discontinued operations ड्यूरिंग द टाइम ऑफ द सर्जरी. तो अबंडेंट O2 को प्रोड्यूस करने के लिए भी इन द सर्जरी के टाइम पर भी ओजोन गैस को यूज़ किया जाता है, एंड इट इफेक्टिवली किल द एंड फॉर बैक्टीरिया. तो आई हैव टोल्ड यू दिस पॉइंट ऑलरेडी in the reverse osmosis chambers, and basically this ozone is using to kill the bacteria. Ozone is used to the alternate of the chlorine for the bleaching of the wool pulp. तो जो हमारी इंडस्ट्रीज़ है जहाँ पर हम आर्टिफिशियल फाइबर्स को प्रिपेयर करते हैं, वहाँ पर भी हम बहुत बड़े स्केल पर इस ओजोन गैस को यूज़ कर रहे हैं. and this is often used for the conjunction of the hydrogen peroxide and the eliminate the need of the chlorine containing compounds in the manufacturing of the high quality white paper. Ozone can be used to the detoxify the cyanide waste. इज ए क्लियर? तो बहुत सारे टॉक्सिक वेस्ट को रिमूव करने के लिए भी हम ओजोन को बहुत बड़े स्केल पे यूज़ करते हैं. सो दिस ओजोन बिकम्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट गैस फॉर द कंपाउंड. तो वी हैव डन the two main important gases. Thank you.